The husky wouldn't let the woman sit down. Everyone thought he was being paid for. He was not being paid for. He had been doing this for 40 minutes, and it was the only thing keeping her upright. It started at the kitchen table. Lena had sat down for breakfast. Their 3-year-old Siberian Husky, Ghost, had come to stand beside her chair, which was normal. Then Ghost put both front paws on her lap and pushed gently upward, which was not normal. Lena stood up because he pushed her up. She said, "Okay, okay." He settled. She sat back down. He pushed again. She stood. He settled. She sat. He pushed. Lena's husband, Marcus, was watching from the counter. He said, "He's playing." Lena said, "He doesn't play like this." Marcus said, "Maybe he wants a walk." Ghost was not looking at the door. Ghost was looking at Lena. This continued for 40 minutes. Lena stood, and Ghost settled. Lena sat, and Ghost pushed her to standing. Their toddler, 2-year-old Zoe, was at the table eating cereal. She thought Ghost was doing something funny. She laughed every time Lena stood up. At the 40-minute mark, Lena said, "I feel dizzy." Marcus came immediately. Lena's color was wrong. Her hands were shaking slightly. She said, "I felt off since I woke up." He called the ambulance. Subscribe now before the next finding, because what the paramedic said when Marcus described 40 minutes of a husky preventing his wife from sitting down, and what the blood pressure reading showed when they arrived, is what Lena has told every person who has since dismissed their dog's unusual behavior as playfulness. The paramedic, Senior EMT Dayo Osei, arrived in 9 minutes. Lena's blood pressure was 82/54. He said, "That is a significant hypertensive reading. At this level, sitting is dangerous. It can cause a rapid additional drop and loss of consciousness. Standing maintains venous return and slows the drop." He said. The dog was keeping her standing. Marcus said, 40 minutes. He said, "For 40 minutes, a Siberian Husky prevented a woman with a blood pressure of 82/54 from sitting down in a chair." He said, "I want to meet that dog." Lena had an undetected cardiac arrhythmia that had been producing overnight blood pressure irregularity. She had not known. Ghost had detected the postural instability, the quality of movement that signals circulatory compromise, and responded to it the only way available to him. Keep her upright. Keep her moving. Don't let her sit. Has your dog ever done something that appeared playful or annoying and turned out to be keeping you or a family member safe? Tell us in the comments. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Lena's arrhythmia is managed with medication. She has been monitored for 6 months and is doing well. Ghost no longer pushes her out of chairs, but Lena notices that Ghost still watches when she sits down. A brief evaluation. He checks her color, her steadiness, her posture. Then he decides she's fine, and he moves on. The morning assessment, every morning, just to check. Next, the golden puppy and the mess on the kitchen floor.